Peter Thomas Fornatale here, not at the DRF offices in New York, but at Harvey Pack's apartment on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. Over the course of a series of videos, we're going to be talking to Harvey about some of the best stories from his decades in horse racing, broadcasting, etc. Can't wait to hear what he has to say. We got to talk about the psychic challenge, Harvey.
Oh, okay. All right. See, Dan read the book 5 times. He knows it better than we do. And he's right. I'm glad he mentioned it. It's one of my favorites. In our contest that we ran for the public, in order to pacify the press, we had a separate one for them, and we gave them $1,000, something like that. And so that was it was part of it. It was like they had to be in the other co-contest, which was the psychic challenge, where a psychic competed against the press. It was the same time that we ran the big one, but we ran them both. And we had the psychic challenge. And we had the one, Russ Harris, in the whole day, 5 races, picked one winner, and it paid $360. $360. And he won the contest. That's how bad the handicappers did. The psychics didn't do any better. So when he gave him the prize, I said, "Do you want to say a few words?" And he said, "Yes." And he thanked the good Lord. Good Lord on a 4 to 5 shot for helping him win the psychics challenge. And that is a great story. And I loved Russ. I took Russ, because he did the Paddock Club, I took him to dinner every year. And I took him to a wonderful restaurant. And the waiter came over and he said, "I'll have this with potatoes." And the waiter said, "Sir, we serve rice with that dish, not potatoes." And Russ said, "We won the war." That was his only statement he made to the guy. Answer that. Classic. He was a classic. I mean, he only picked chalk, but he was a good one. He was a very good public handicapper.
A lot of winners. We talked a lot about some of the characters at the track you met over the years. What about professional horse players? Did you come across many of them in your time?
Well, a lot of the sheep players were professional horse players. I knew a lot of them. But see, most people in those days, they made fun of the raggers and sheets, the big play. "Oh, they're no good, they're no good." But they charted. Charting, for those of you who don't remember, was some of the sets around the track would show you the exacta possibilities and rotate them to show what was going on so you could find betting trends. And the biggest sheep players would, of course, affect the play. So what these professionals were doing was finding out who the raggers and people were betting and then betting it instead of doing it on their own. One such player, and he was a good handicapper, was the Doc. We haven't told the Doc story. Doc was a medical doctor, graduated from med school, and probably for the safety of many possible patients, became a horse player instead of a doctor. Although in my opinion, he would have been a good doctor. He was brilliant, and he would have been delighted to tell you, you have 2 months. I really believe that. But he used to go to Saratoga, and he carried a clipboard like this, and he would chart, and he would find the trends and that's how he would make his decision on where to bet. And he did well. He made money. And there's a friend of mine, Jack Brown, whom I adored. I said to Jack, "What would happen if somebody got sick?" "Oh, he'd keep charting." I said, "I don't think so." Remember, he took the oath. And suddenly we hear, "Man down! Is there a doctor in the house?" And sure enough, there's a guy lying flat in the paddock near the betting. And he looks like he's dying. And so somebody, "Is there a doctor in the house?" So Jack said, "You think he'll be there?" I said, "I know he'll be there." And suddenly, it's not a heart attack, it's an asthma attack. He'll be okay, get him to the hospital. And then he continued onward. And it was true. I found out later the guy had an asthma attack. But those were the horse players that you don't see now, because they're in a little room. Or they're like me, betting at home. No one to curse, no one to be mad at.